yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics. I'm Jen. I'm the astrologer for the night. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Look at y'all showing up and showing out for the ISS, the International Space Station. Look, I've been seeing some stuff going down this year. All right. I'm seeing some stuff going down. Hey. Hey, Orbit Traction. Hey, Jill, Rakeem. Thank you guys for being here. I love that it's a small group. Look at this. Look at this. It's just us. Like, Hey guys. Um, I'm really excited to think. What do y'all think about my lights? Pretty cool. What do y'all think about this? Have y'all heard, cello? Have y'all heard about the ISS and it's coming back early? The people from Crew 11 are going to come back early. Interesting. And I thought it would be really fun for me to go live, record it, and look and see if we can tell by the degrees who is coming. Who is coming back? Okay, you don't know? All right, hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it. Here we go. This is what I was listening to earlier. Hold on. Let me share it and show you what I'm talking about because this is some good news, but it's not. Like there's some hold on. Let me pull it up. This is from NASA. Let me go ahead and share their link in the chat. Oh, share, copy. Let me share their link. Give them a credit because you know it's good old NASA. And I do follow, I follow space weather, I follow NASA, and I've been looking at the year to come, and it's really intense with with all with all things space weather. With all things space weather. Hold on. What am I doing here? Some banners. Okay. Let me credit NASA. Show y'all what's going on here. And I'm also going to show y'all some other things too. This is going to be a cool little live for us. It's going to be a cool little live. What's up, Army vet? All right, so check this out, guys. Check this out. Check it out. We're not going to listen to it all. Y'all can look and listen, but I've got all four astronauts. I've got their charts. Obviously, I don't know what time they're born, but we're going to be able to. I think that I want to show you the wow of the chart of the ISS and NASA, and then we'll see if we can figure out which astronaut, what's really going on. What's really going on? So this is the live from earlier. Let me get it where they're talking.
Good afternoon, and welcome to today's press conference to provide updates regarding the operation of the International Space Station. Thank you to those of you for joining us here in person today, and the many of you online. I'm Bethany Stevens, NASA's press secretary, and your moderator today. Our participants in today's briefing include Administrator Jared Isaacman, Associate Administrator Amit Kshatriya, and Chief Health and Medical Officer Dr. J.D. Polk.
Okay, let's get to the good.
Human presence on board the International Space Station, the health and the well-being of our astronauts is always and will be our highest priority. Yesterday, January 7th, a single crew member on board the station experienced a medical situation and is now stable. After discussions with Chief Health and Medical Officer Dr. J.D. Polk and leadership across the agency, I've come to the decision that it's in the best interest of our astronauts to return Crew 11 ahead of their planned departure. Within the coming days, the Dragon Endeavour spacecraft will depart the International Space Station with Commander Zena Cardman, pilot Mike Fink, Kimya Yui from JAXA, and Oleg Platonov of Roscosmos, and safely return them to Earth. We expect to provide a further update within the next 48 hours as to the anticipated undock and reentry timeline. Over the last 5 months, Crew 11 contributed to the ongoing operations of the space station, conducted extensive scientific research, completed the majority of their mission objectives, and upheld the standards of professionalism for which astronauts are known.
Scientific experiments, okay? So one of the astronauts is having a medical situation. These are scientists doing experiments in the orbit of Earth. So what's going to have to happen is in the coming days, the dragon is going to have to come back to Earth with these crew members. There's 4 of them. There's 4 of them. Yeah. This is big. This is big, guys. This is what I was seeing with the astrology, and I'm seeing it even more in the months to come as well. So this is it. I've been deep diving with the astrology, and I'm very much on alert. You know, we here on this channel are watchers. We watch and we observe the reality and what the astrology is putting forth, what the cards, if you will, are putting forth as we divine on this channel, right? So, you know, we look for kids. We do a lot of things on this channel, but look, we have to watch things that are going on around the world. And this year, 2026 looks to be a phenomenal astrological year. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of political things that are going on that you just can't not see if you're an astrologer, like myself that looks at degrees, because I know that these degrees matter, and I'm gonna show you that. I mean, you know, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. You know, if I tell you that I can see it in the astrology, I'm gonna show it to you, right? All right, here we go. Let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna show you the astrology. Because we have the ISS, we have NASA, we have the 4 astronauts, and we also have Elon, and we've got to think about the United States, President Trump, the Russian president, you know, Japan. We gotta think of all of that because these astronauts are from different places in the world.
Crew 12 is currently scheduled to launch as soon as mid-February. Alongside our international and commercial partners, NASA is evaluating their timeline to include earlier launch opportunities. We will provide more information when it's available. In the meantime, NASA astronaut Chris Williams, having launched to the station on November 27th on Soyuz MS-28, maintains our American presence in space and will support the space station's operations and scientific efforts. NASA astronauts and our teams in mission control and are professionals who train for every possible
Yes.
scenario at every step of the
Sorry,
mission,
guys.
including moments just like this. I'm proud of the swift effort across the agency thus far to ensure the safety of our astronauts, and I know NASA and our commercial partners will successfully bring Crew 11 safely home. And with that, I'll turn it over to Associate Administrator Amit Kshatriya.
Good evening. Thank you, sir. I'll be brief. We'll get to Dr. Polk as soon as we can, but I'll just add a few comments. In every discussion over the last 24 hours as we've assessed the situation, crew safety has always remained our highest priority, and as it always is across the agency. We never take shortcuts. We never compromise when it comes to protecting our astronauts. The work accomplished during this period reflects the precision and professionalism of the flight control teams on the ground and the astronauts aboard ISS. Our crews are extensively trained, as the administrator mentioned, to manage unexpected medical situations and other off-nominal events, including onboard training, which we conduct regularly for these situations. Yesterday was a textbook example of that training in action. Once the situation on the station stabilized, careful deliberations led us to the decision to return.
Once the situation, hold on.
And professionalism of the flight control teams on the ground and the astronauts aboard ISS. Our crews are extensively trained, as the administrator mentioned, to manage unexpected medical situations and other off-nominal events, including onboard training, which we conduct regularly for these situations. Yesterday was a textbook example of that training in action. Once the situation on the station stabilized, careful deliberations led us to the decision to return Crew 11, as the administrator mentioned, while ensuring minimal operational impact to ongoing work aboard ISS.
I wonder what the situation was. A medical situation. We've got scientists, and one of them had a medical situation.
Operating ISS is a complicated task and has been for the past 25 years with crews on board. The safe operation of the station and the protection of the crew, who are the stewards of station operations, is the hallmark of flight operations and what we are reminded of every day of the unforgiving nature of human space flight. With that, I'd like to hand over to Dr. Pope.
It's giving the alien vibes. Like, are they trying? Is this about to be a big setup? I'm telling y'all something in the astrology just looks like I'm going to show it to you. Just wait. Wait, well, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you were in my last live, you could probably tell that I was a little like taken back by seeing it because a lot of times I'll look at it with y'all. Like I want to look at it with you and experience it intuitively reading it, experiencing it like that with you so we can share with the experience, if that makes sense. I mean, I know that I'm feeling it and then I can tell you guys how I'm feeling and then we'll see if it comes to pass. I always ask you guys to test me. I want to be tested. I like that. I thrive with it. And this is like one of those moments I feel like where this year is so pivotal, but we are going to start seeing glimpse. There's these glimpse of the rest of the year that is coming into fruition.
Thanks, Amit. First, probably goes without saying, but I'll still reiterate as a physician that I'm not going to speak about any particular astronaut or any particular specific diagnoses. I'd ask that we still respect the privacy of the astronaut. As administrator mentioned earlier, the astronaut is absolutely stable. So I have to reiterate that again. But anytime we have a medical incident, we embark on looking at diagnoses and what we would call a workup to get a differential diagnosis on what's happening with that patient or astronaut on board. And as many of you know, we have a very robust suite of medical hardware on board the International Space Station, but we don't have the complete amount of hardware that I would have in the emergency department, for example, to complete a workup of a patient. And in this particular incident, that the medical incident was sufficient enough that we were concerned about the astronaut, that we would like to complete that workup. And the best way to complete that workup is on the ground with where we have the full suite of medical testing hardware. Now, again, because the astronaut is absolutely stable, this is not an emergent evacuation. We're not immediately disembarking and getting the astronaut down, but at least
I mean, that's good news that the astronaut is stable. Is the astronaut going to remain stable as it comes back to Earth or before it can actually travel back to Earth, And I'm just wondering, maybe I do have Artemis. I may have Artemis. I may have a chart for Artemis. I'll have to look. Yeah, astronauts training tied to NASA's return to the moon program. Yes. Yes. And I see this year, I'm seeing a lot of things going on with the sun, with the plasma. So the plasma experiments, there's something going on with the plasma, with the sun. And I obviously can't wrap my mind around what they would be doing, but there's something with the plasma, with the sun, the immune system. I about convinced myself the other day that I saw a Carrington event coming, but it could be having something to do with this crew. It's just, are we embarking on some type of psyop? Are we embarking on something that is, really critical with an illusion? Because Neptune is critical right now. I mean, Neptune has been critical, but there's an illusion part of this as well. I don't think that I can stress that enough. There's such an illusion with this that's beginning now and that's going to be continuing through the rest of the year, especially in June and July. Especially in June and July. It's like we'll see a continuance and an intensity with it, possibly with courts or investigations. There's rational fear of snakes in the toilet. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Are they trying to block our sun? Like, what is going on? You start to think about things like that. Is there's something with this plasma, the plasma physicist that got unalived. There is something here. There's more to this. And I see the solar dynamic observatory. I see the observatory too, where we are observing the sun. And that happens actually tomorrow. We're going to be able to test this chart out, guys. Like, we're about to get into some deep stuff. And I can't wait to show it to you. And I actually, too, have been so inspired by Robert Seffer, the greatest, most dangerous anthropologist in the world. He does he is a student of the mysteries. He's a student of Manly P. Hall. I am also been a longtime student, even though Manly P. Hall's deceased, we're still students of him, of all of his works. Well, this anthropologist, I just got his permission last night to start sharing his work. So we're going to be starting to deep dive some really deep, deep spiritual stuff on this channel. And I'm really excited about it because I'm going to be incorporating the astrology as well with it. It's amazing, like mind blowing, mind blowing. But first, the main mind blowing is that we have a crew that is coming back, and we need to look at this per the astrology in a big way. Really, I think that that's pretty much everything that we really need to know before we look at the astrology. So let me just go ahead and remove this because we're going to start looking at the astrology. This is really cool. Yeah, I mean, China's been playing around with the plasma. That's a big thing. That's a big thing with the nations, with the science, with the experiments. And we are one big fat experiment waiting to happen. I mean, really. I don't know what they call him. I don't know what they call him. What up, April? I'm so glad that you came in here. Hi, Heinz. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he does right. There are some things that I don't agree with him. Obviously, you can be friends with somebody and not always agree with everything. You can still be friends, right? There is a lot of things that I love about him and Manly Hall. And there's other things that I don't like, or I don't agree with. How about that? It's not that I don't like, I just don't agree with it. I don't feel it, like they do. So, but the majority of what they teach, I think should be rhymes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because he's onto it. He's onto something. I wrote about it years ago, man. It's so cool. Everything that Robert has discovered, I wrote that in 2015. I've got it in a document and I can show it to you right now. And it is with the Aryan, the Zoroastrianism, Zoroaster, the first monotheistic God that ever came on in recorded history, the first monotheistic. So monotheism is definitely rooted in Zoroastrianism. And that's what I think a lot of people need to be taught, like I was taught. Sharon's Karen. And it makes a big difference, big difference when you're looking at the world from a lens with mysticism, knowing that your outer world, a lot of these people are rooted in they are so symbolic and everything that they do. These are crazy people that are leading the world and leading our country. They're all the same. They're all the same. People of the world. People of the world in a literal sense, not a spiritual world, in the world, the material world. So let me hush. Let me show you the astrology now. Let me show you what I'm talking about. My pen better work. If my pen don't work, I'm just going to give it up. Hold on. You better work, pen. Okay. It looked like it didn't want to at first. You better work, pen. That's all I got to say. I do like Robert too. Robert's just some of his stuff is just kind of, I don't know. I think he's got more to learn. But he's cool. He's cool. All right, so gosh, there's going to be so much warring with me. Oh my gosh. January is just looking like it's just throwing up on itself for me. I'm probably going to be going off. This is when I stopped it here. This one Fisher's going to come in, and I see a lot of Layla. I see her dad's values completely changing. It's critical with the attention with Steve Fisher. Oh my gosh, I see so much. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back because the International Space Station, and today, let's just look at it for right now. For right now, well, with the transits earlier when I first heard about it. When was that? Right there. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to the International Space Station and the transits. Yeah, that's tonight. Okay, check this out. All right, guys, let's look at this. We're about to deep dive with numbers. It's just going to be a numbers game. And when I say that there's a numbers game, and I tell you June 30th, mark it on your calendar. June 30th, we're coming to the values with home and the International Space Station. We're going to be coming back. We're going to be coming right back to where we are right now with the ISS. There is something that is, and whether or not we hear about it on the news or not, there is something big with this event, with the ISS, that is going to transform and continuously show up in the transits through July. I don't know why, but we are going to watch it. Okay. We're going to watch it. So the first thing that I want to show is Zeus, because Zeus is always a big player. Astrologers don't give Zeus enough credit. What is Zeus? Zeus is magnetism. Zeus looks like this. It looks like an arrow. It's the X that marks the spot. It's the magnetism. It's your aura. If you get sick, it could be because there's a magnetism that is on you. If you get, if you have to go to court or about a parking ticket, or there's something having to do with the law with Zeus in Libra, it could be that. It's definitely relationships and lawful in Libra. Okay, so it's a 2617. Now, if we look at the International Space Station's chart, well, guys, there is the 2617. There's a magnetism, and it's in the 9th house. It's things that we're learning. There's a mark. Every chart has a mark. You know, in the Bible, when it says something about making your mark, hey, little Red, good to see you, babe. Well, that's the mark, and we make it all the time. We're never not making it. We're just having, sometimes we have trouble. Sometimes we have challenges. But I'm just saying, this is it. Okay. This is the magnetism with relationships, and they're making their mark with the long travel, with things that we are learning. There's some lawful things that are going on here. Indeed, with the work of the ISS, the workers. There is law. There's a contract. There's a law. The moon is showing up in a critical degree during this conversation. When I first stop it, I first hear about it. I look at the transits. This is what would be called a Horay chart with the ISS. There's a 855 in the United States chart. And I want you to remember that degree. Remember that degree, 855. It's in the United States chart. It's going to be showing up a lot this year. It's actually coming into a degree with Ceres and Aries at a 852. She's coming to that 855. And guys, I'm going to be talking about these degrees because they are going to be connecting. I'm going to start connecting them like you ain't never seen before. So this 2617, remember the mark. We're making a mark. It's about the work. It's about the workers of the International Space Station and the structure, the responsibility, the accountability, the boundaries with the station, with the workers, okay? It's lawful. It's lawful. This is protocol. So that shows me that there's nothing really insane, to be alarmed by. So we're going to look at the moon. We're going to start with looking at the moon, okay? And that's the way that they create. The moon is sitting here in the 5th house. It's about how they create, their creativity. What is the 5th house? The 5th house, the sun rules the 5th house. This is the plasma. This is plasma science. This is the International Space Station where scientists are and they are experimenting. They are doing things. They are doing things. So that we have no idea. We don't know what they're doing. Except what they tell us. There's a letting go here that's happening with the communications in the 11th house. That's us. That's the groups. It's about the values of the groups and the communications with this shakeup. Could be having to do with the head, nose, ears, throat, this Taurus energy, definitely the earth. It's definitely earthy. Something going on here with the earth. The 0051, it is going to come down to the same degree, the same exact degree as the Saturn. Limits and obstacles with the things that are hidden with the work. It's death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, things that are hidden. And let me just say, before this was announced, what happened was Hygeia came to the same degree. Hygeia is about health. She is the purity of health. This is with the lungs. This is with communications. It's with 2 people. This 2724 was around the same degree and came into the same degree as Uranus. Uranus is still at a 27 degree as well, 2745. But when it was at a 2748, this is when Hygeia was at that same degree. And I was like, whoever has that degree is going to be a little shake up, little shaky shake. It's going to be with groups, with health. Well, I didn't see anything, but this is it. This is it. We're just now hearing about it. We're just now learning that there has been some type of health situation with one of the astronauts. So what happened? What happened, guys? It happened when Saturn at a 2640. It happened when Saturn was at this 2621. There is something that one of those astronauts was experimenting with. Now it's a medical emergency. That's what I think. There was something that they were doing. Will they call it something else? Will they try to spin it? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. Because yesterday, you see this 1446 with Hades and Cancer. This is about the things of the past. These things of the past with this 1446, Hades, the weight was just on the ISS yesterday. Hades was at a 1447 the day before. It was at a 1448. So on the 6th, on January 6th. That's when whatever happened actually happened. It actually happened 2 days ago with whatever happened. Okay? 2 days ago, that's when the weight really came on President Trump and the ISS. NASA. Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 2 days ago. But then yesterday, that is when it became a value thing, the values of the rest of everybody else. The surgeon is definitely gonna come here eventually. The surgeon is gonna come to that 620, and we're really gonna get more enlightenment on it, and I'm gonna bring you right back to this day and say, "Remember this? Here we are. Here we are." Okay, the other thing too about the 2 days ago is that Zeus at a 2617 right now, well, 2 days ago, it was at the 2615. It moves in a 24-hour transit. 2 days ago, it was at the values of the health of the government and the contracts with the governing agencies. This is big. To me, this is big. This is big news. Big energy. And again, we're going to see this even going into July, guys. And you've heard it first here. Hey, Lady Freedom, I tried to call you earlier, girly. I was checking on you to see how you's doing. Hi, Mama Marissa. Hi, everybody. Orb, Jill, April, if you're still in here, Deanna, Hakeem. Hi, everybody. Don't want to be ignoring anybody. Hey, Angel, for you. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just really excited about this. I'm not excited that there's anything that's really, really going to go on per se, but just that the astrology is showing it. And it's so obvious. Like, it's just so obvious. Well, you don't have to know about astrology, guys. We're playing the numbers game. It's just a numbers game. It's where we are connecting the degrees and we're understanding that look, this relationship with the sixth house of health, there's a relationship with the sixth house of health that is coming to the International Space Station with another one. And this person is sick. We got a sicken. There's something that they were doing, that they were experimenting with that's caused them to be sick. This is protocol, but still, I'm wondering if it's the Russian astronaut. I am wondering. I did peek at it before I came live, and I'm wondering about it. I'm wondering. Elon is showing up. Promise you. NASA, yeah. I mean, there's something with plasma. There's something with plasma. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I knew. Okay, so the International Space Station, they are connected. Let me show you. They are connected with Elon right here with this 448. Okay. And I want you to see that the health factor here is at a 450. The transformation of health that is taking place right now, that's at a 450. So in the next couple of days, it's going to come and connect with Elon, the flame of life, with the investigation, possibly death. There's a major transformation with this person that's taking place. And it's secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. And it's going to flip. It's going to flip when and I'm sure Elon has already been debriefed on it, but there is going to be more of an emotional reaction with him, whether he is showing it in public or not. This is big. And this is actually the North Node right now is at an 1144 in Pisces. The International Space Station is a 959 in Pisces, guys. So the fate, I want you to understand, is coming to that space station. This is big. Big, big, big. And you're probably wondering, just like me, what does it look like when they have a lunar node return? What's that going to look like for the ISS and their public image with the groups, with the United States? Yeah, this is big. I foresee this being big. Oh, lordy, lordy. You see that their 11th house of groups, their 11th house of groups, the groups on the station, on the ISS, it's in Pisces. That's where the lunar nodes right now are coming to. They're coming to this 1142. It's going to come to Sebastian first tonight, late tonight, into the early mornings, which a lot of times it does. And I always see the same people. Y'all know. Y'all know the people I see. I always see the same people. Other than the chatter that's on the YouTube, I always see the same people. But this 1142, the lunar node is coming down to the 1142. Then the dark moon. We're going to see this dark moon come into this, because see, the dark moon has already come over Vulcan. What is Vulcan? I always think of Vulcan, that red arrow. When I look at it, I'm like, yep, God's will is being done. God's will. There's a finale here. There's some type of finale. And it's with experimentation and learning, guys. It's learning. We are learning in Sag. We're always learning in Sagittarius. It's a higher learning, a long travel type of learning. Well, the dark moon has already come there. So this has already been, there's a fate that has taken place with the health of the ISS. And what's crazy, what's even crazier is I was looking at tomorrow and I'm wondering, are we going to have a solar flare? Are we going to have a geomagnetic storm that is going to be a surprise? I mean, like, because our observatory, our literal observatory, the Solar Dynamic Observatory, is having a transformation tomorrow. That's the observatory. Why, and I'm thinking, why would the observatory also be in transit tomorrow with all of this going on with this astronaut? Why do I keep seeing like a market crash this year, warring going on in all kinds of places, earthquakes? Why am I seeing all kinds of crazy stuff that looks like it could be happening this year? Major solar flares, Carrington events. Am I just reading too much into it? But so I start to pull all these other charts with the observatory, with the different leaders, with the countries. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is literally what is happening in the outer world. The geological events that nobody can foresee, right? And I think about these missing kids and I'm like, damn, there's geological events that nobody can foresee. And I do think that there are patterns that we can identify. They're definitely going to show up with the degrees. We know this. But look at how many degrees I'm reading. There's a lot of them. There's so many of them, right? But so this is what I'm foreseeing right here. We can see that Chiron right now is at a 2237. Chiron is moving forward, moving off of that 2237 degree, going to a 2238 degree, and it's just going to keep going up. Well, the International Space Station has a 2236 in their chart. Okay, and it's about the communications of home. There was communications coming home about the work, about the experiment, about the responsibility and accountability. They meet their mark. This wake-up call this investigation with groups, with video, with communications, or what have you, well, series has already went over it, and we got to wonder what's going on with the AI Atlas, because I see that too this year. There's more talk of that comet, alleged comet. We just don't know. We just don't know. What I do think I know though, is that I feel like we may be seeing a big psyop, like a big false flag that's coming that has to do with aliens. And I'm saying it's a false flag. I'm saying it's a false flag. If you were to go outside and you see a bunch of them in the sky, you may mistake them for flying saucers, for aliens, when they're actually really drones, military drones. Because the only way for the American people, for the world to truly have a great awakening is either A, the sun's going to show up and show out and make everybody understand why it's always been called a god. No matter what name you want to call it, it's always been a god to the people of the earth. There's there's things going on that I can see with different countries, different states, but the big thing to me that I really want to take note of right now going forward is the things that are hidden with the International Space Station and the things that they are actually doing in space. The experiments, okay? So that's what's happening with the International Space Station right now. I mean, I could show you even more. This 20 yeah, I mean there's so much. Let me get down to the other charts. I can see that there's going to be relationships, there's going to be responsibility, accountability. There's things going on with this Syrian president tonight. Things going on with the Syrian president, with Donald Trump and Netanyahu, with Israel. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You see all this Capricorn energy too. And if we look to the International Space Station with all this Capricorn energy, it is traveling in the ninth house. It's actually traveling in 7, 8. It's actually traveling in the relationship is right here that's hidden. And there is a hidden relationship. It's an investigative measure for people in that eighth house. And that relationship, Juno, is coming here, right here. Okay, so okay, I see. There's the 6. That's the 8th. Yep. So Juno's going to go here and then here. And then we're going to learn about the relationship. Okay. Well, that would be a long time. Surely not. Okay, so the desires are at a 935. That's going to be right here. What else we see? God, all of that's already went over. All of that. So this has already happened. Yeah, I mean, it has. Divine justice. Divine justice will be here. And the divine justice comes to that 2617. Right now it's at a 2452, but it's going to come here and sit right there for a couple of hours. There's the justice. All right. And this is, like I said, it's going to linger. Now let's look at NASA. Hold on. Let me just go back. Okay. I can go back through all of them. Okay, so I'm seeing that there's going to be some things for the 12th. Let me go back and show you NASA right now. When they took off, when the NASA crew took off, I watched it. I looked at that chart. It looked like it wasn't all that great. Let's see. NASA crew. I was looking at it the other day. Where you at, NASA, right here? Oh, no, not the 12th. We're not there yet. Not there yet, Jen. Okay, so yeah, April, I'm wondering, I really am. I'm wondering if this is going to be some kind of weird stuff. Okay, so right now the transits, let's look at Pluto. Pluto is at a 257. And it was 4 days ago where NASA got communications. There was communications with NASA to the group 4 days ago. So whatever it is, the communications that NASA had with them 4 days ago transformed them with that order. With whatever it is that whatever type of communications, it could have to do with the breath, the lungs, the heart, even the heart, because this is Leo. It's definitely about the sun and the plasmoids. um, let me see. Yeah, so it would have been 4 days ago too, where there would have been a letting go with the public image, with home and the attention, the public attention. That's why I'm wondering if there's some kind of hidden shit that we really don't know anything about. Because yesterday, look at that. Look at that. NASA's lunar nodes, the North Node is a 2616 in Libra. So that means yesterday on the 7th, there was a magnetism with them, with relationships, with contracts, the contracts that they have, the government, the law, the contract. Yes. Yes, yes, and more yes. Like that's what was going on. The lunar nodes yesterday were it said here. Zeus sat there. The magnetism, right? The magnetism sat there yesterday because it was 2616. It just sat there, hanging out all day long yesterday, all day. All day. And what's happening is we can see that Hygeia at a 27-degree, she's already coming in to oppose the communications with NASA, with the health factor. Yeah. I feel like they're hiding shit. It's not going to be the truth. Whatever it is that it's just not going to be, it's not going to be right. It's just not going to be right. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like this. Don't like it. Don't like it. The dark moon was at their Neptune degree. Yeah, and it's about the things that they're hiding. The investigative health factor with the blood of that astronaut. Neptune is that blood, it's that bloodstream. It's your immune system. Neptune is the immune system in medical astrology, as far as I'm concerned. Anybody that follows Sebastian's case, let me just tell you right now, this Capricorn energy has been and will continue to oppose Sebastian's 8th house of the things that are hidden at home. It's continuously opposing him. Selena, the teacher, she is coming to continuously oppose Sebastian with videos, with communications, with his sister, with groups. That's us. So that's a continuous. As long as he is having these major oppositions, I'm really weary of anything that is coming out because there's a major opposition with Sebastian and the things that are hidden at home with his mom. It's opposing him. That's the biggest thing. That's why I'm really reluctant to even talk about his case right now, because it's too much. It's too much opposition. And the emotions can't deal with all this opposition because there's so much Capricorn energy. And that's very cold, rough, rigid, and the sun is shining there with all of this other energy, this stellium, this massive stellium. Anybody being born right now, man, I feel for them. Major energy that is opposing Jupiter. So we've got all of this opposition to Jupiter, which is the law, it's the courts, it's the luck, if you will, flight, experimentation, religion. And one thing you wanna definitely take note of is the dark moon is in Sag for a long time this year. Most of the year, she'll be in Sagittarius, and she never goes retrograde. She's always moving forward. She never takes you back into the past. She moves your ass forward every single day, every day. And any degree that she ever touches, I mean, it's a lot of disordered aggression. It just is. The Sagittarius energy, though, is a lot about the blood. The Sagittarius for medical is the blood. It's about flight. It's about war, the radio waves. It's Jupiter rules this, so it's about colleges, a lot of darkness around colleges, around getting a degree. It's the archer, so it's the bow and arrow. It's about philosophy and religion. There is a lot that's going to change with religion, with the religious sects, sects. The dark moon is opposing the health factor, and this is the lungs. What does the sun do? It shoots off solar flares, so that could even be indicative of a flare. Even though Leo rules the sun, they're both fire energy. They're both plasma. This more affects where this affects the blood, like the immune with Neptune. It's interesting, interesting, interesting. I wonder why she paid off. Won't be the first time they had something, right? It won't be the first time. They have been. Yes. Yeah. Lots of hidden things, but there's all the evidence, the car that the sun is shining on that's being communicated about, and there's this relationship. Well, all of that is opposing home, the law, the family. It's opposing it all. With Sebastian. And the Jupiter degree, here we go. I mean, there's going to be a relationship that's going to bring the TBI, a conscious racing experience. I've already looked at Sebastian's case through the 12th. And I can see where there's a lot of transformation with Seth. I can see the Crabtree stuff, the Crabtree's mama and the old stuff about oh shoot, what's it? Kathy's mom. I mean, Kathy and Crabtree's mom. 2 days ago when there was a weight on Craddock, it's also the weight was on Crabtree as well because, you know, Craddock was or Crabtree was looking for Sebastian all the time. He's a local there. And the weight that comes on the attention going toward Crabtree, I feel like it's a sideshow and we don't need to go there if we really want to maintain our focus on Sebastian because it's more weighted for the home with the mom. It's that same rumor that comes about, and I can't tell you that it's a for sure rumor or if it's a fact that they're really friends, because I definitely haven't looked that deep into it because it doesn't even I think that some things that are understood don't need to be explained. There's some things that I just don't need confirmation on because it's just not there for me. I'm just not even gonna go there because it's not even an option for me. I just don't think I just can't even imagine it. I think it's distracting me from really looking for Sebastian. And there's a lot of things that I feel like are distracting me from looking for Sebastian, but at the same time, I map the missing, and if nobody is looking at the map's not gonna work. So, I've gotta let that go. I gotta let it go. Let it fly. And when the time comes for me to work that map again, I will. When other people are ready to work on it with me, I'll work on it. But there's no sense in me trying to work on it by myself. I can't do it. The map works best with any map that I create. Works best with the family, the law enforcement, and the information that they know. And if I don't find out about it until it comes out on YouTube, and then I have to wonder if it's a rumor or not, it's a waste of my time. It's very much a waste because I can't. Do y'all understand? Am I making any sense? Like it's hard for me to put in a lot of energy and time doing that when I think it's a rumor, it's just a rumor. It's so far out there for me. For me, in my common sense. Am I saying that if other people believe it that they have no common sense? No. I'm saying that for my common sense, for where I'm coming from my perspective of looking at the astrology, I feel deeply when I'm reading astrology. If you've ever had a reading with me, you know this. You know I go deep. I can feel it. I literally feel it, guys. So the shakeup with this group is coming with this series with the 855. There is so much more than meets the eye. Even with all the stuff that NASA is telling us, I'm still reading between the lines and wondering if they're really telling us the truth. And I can see, I've already seen this in July. You know what I'm saying? So there's more to this. I already know it. I feel it. I've been deep diving it. And then as soon as I hear about this, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. Yeah, we got to stop going backwards. Move forward with some sense. Thank you. That's why I love you guys. I mean, I love you because you help me not feel alone in this. Like I literally cannot understand why anybody would think that Crabtree or Clue. Well, I think Clue had something to do with it too. Really? Are you serious? Like, okay, so we've went from Chris and Katie to now creators on YouTube. Now they have something to do with it. So now, is it all of Sumner County that's in on this and they're all conspiring against Seth? I mean, should we just go that far? Let's just take it a step further. If we want to really go out there, like my head's hurting with it. And people are calling me rude and acting like I'm trying to make them choose sides. Are you serious? What do I look like? Anybody that knows me knows that that's the silliest thing. I would never do that. Just because we ain't friends doesn't mean you can't be friends with somebody else. Or just because I'm not buying somebody else's stuff don't mean that you can't buy it. I'm still going to tell you how I feel. You can tell me how you feel and we'll be done. We can still be friends. Like that is emotionally mature people. But I tell you something, if you have my number and we talk, that means I trust you and you can trust me. We can talk to each other about all kinds of things. I can get mad at you and it's going to stay between us. We confide in other people. And I think that that's normal and it's human. And we should be able to do that. We should be able to confide in other people. We should be able to talk. We should be able to, sometimes I want to come onto my channel and I just want to talk to y'all. And the people that stay, that's my tribe. The people that go, you were never meant to be with me. And it's okay. We can part ways. We can part ways and it's going to be okay. I'm not going to hate you. That's grown stuff. Oh, thank you, Faye Annie. Thank you, babe. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. It is craziness. I mean, it's just so crazy. I'm deep, I go deep into this. I prove this to myself every day, and I try to come on here and I try to prove to y'all that astrology isn't something we have to believe in. It's just I can prove it to you every day how it works. I can prove to you how it works. I mean that it works. I can't prove to you how it works. It's like magic. And I think that that's why we talk about the magi. We read about the magi. Do y'all know who the magi is, where that came from? Because I really want to teach y'all. I want to go deep with you guys with some spiritual healing. And I want to take you back into times past. I want to teach y'all about monotheism. I want to teach y'all about religion. I want to teach y'all about spirituality and why it is that the ancients read astrology. And we still do. It's evolving. It's always evolving. As humans evolve, we evolve with it. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Jennifer T. Jennings at gmail.com. If somebody can drop my email, that would be wonderful for Faye Vanny. So this is where we're at here with NASA. Okay, so the 855 goes to the United States. It's where we are eventually, in 2027, we're gonna have a Uranus return. Uh, And guys, this is we are living in pivotal times. Like we are witnesses. We are witnesses to grand things taking place on earth. So pat yourself on the back for even being here, for taking the challenge to come on and do it and have a soul group. This is what we're doing. We are literally witnessing a lot of big shifts on earth. Big, 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 big stuff. This is big time. So, what I'm seeing here is there is going to be a major expansion with Jupiter. This 2016 isn't just the TBI. There is a lot of agencies. There is a lot of intensity that comes with that 2016 with the TBI. I've already seen that. We've had this big old thing going on with Silver's on the scene today and yesterday. That's going to move off of him. That 440 also goes to Arizona. It's going to move off of both of them. Don't know if there's any focus on him in Arizona with whatever it is that's going on with them, but hey, you heard it here. There's definitely coming into a deep, deep fate with Chris and Sebastian, Chris is going to end up going the hell off, and it's gonna be a while, and I'll be gearing y'all up for that. But even if he comes out now, no, just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. And as it gets closer, I'll tell you about it. It's like the 12th, 13th, the 12th or the 16th are really, uh, those are the days that Chris is going to go off. But anyway, can't wait to see how this all going to work itself out with them. But the and then the 856, we're going to have a lot of energy going to the values, the money, the experimentation of home with the scientists, with any type of breakthrough that they have. There's something with this sick astronaut with a breakthrough, some type of breakthrough. It's so weird to see. So weird. So that's NASA. And I could talk so much more about all the different stuff that's going to be hitting them, the oppositions. But I want to move you um to Elon. But before I do, so Zeus, right? Zeus is at a 2617. First, it was on the lunar nodes, and it was opposing a relationship in war. I'm thinking this is more. I think that this is Russia. Okay, I'm feeling Russian, but who knows? It could be something else. Could be something else. We're gonna see. We're gonna see soon, sooner than later, which astronaut it is. And then tomorrow there's gonna be a breakup. Tomorrow there is a breakup with a relationship with this warring, and Zeus is going to be at that 2618 right here, opposing relationships. The head, war. Because Aries is a lot of fiery energy, it's a lot of warring, right? We can see that Selena at a 2039, she is in Leo. She's right here in the 10th house. There's a lot of things that NASA has just learned. There's a lot of public attention on it with their image, with their public image. And as Selena, this teacher, comes to teach them, it's going to oppose home. It's opposing home with their Chiron. So as she comes up to a 2054, it's the Chiron. The 2054, she's going to oppose home. She's going to oppose the home of NASA with groups, with video, with groups. Okay? It's coming. It's coming. It's already here, but it's still, she's already opposing the Chiron. She's already opposing it with the whole group on the ISS. I wonder if I have Artemis. Wait until I'm about to show y'all Elon too. And I'm gonna move it forward so y'all can see why I'm thinking that it could be the astronaut from Russia. There's something with the Russian dude, okay? There's something with Vladimir. So if it ain't him, I'm gonna be side-eyeing him regardless, okay? I'm gonna be side-eyeing him. So let me pull up Elon. It's all of this. Elon and the transits right now. Let's look at right now, and then I'm going to take you to the 12th. So y'all can see how this is playing through. So what happened was is when Selena came to a 2036, like a few hours ago, Elon was weighted down with values, with money, with the things that he owns, the things that he possesses, with groups, the way that he brings in money. There's a lot of attention on it that's weighing him down. So the dragon must leave. Mike's going to have to drive it. The other thing that I want to show you is remember the 2054. the 2054 that NASA has is their Chiron in Aquarius, the 2054 that Selena is coming to oppose because Leo and Aquarius, they oppose one another. It's an axis. Leo's on one end in the 5th house, and the Aquarian energy is in that 11th. Okay, so this 2039 is going to come and oppose him, the vehicle, the body. There's an opposition. There's a major challenge. Okay, there's a major challenge with Elon in this 8th house of death, rebirth, regeneration, other people's money, things that are hidden with a group. And I want you to notice something. In just a couple of days, this 448, that 450 is going to come down to a 448. There's Elon Musk. Remember, NASA has the 448. Remember? Okay, let me show you. Remember the 448? We're talking numbers. You're going to be sleeping and waking up thinking about these numbers, just like I do. Watch this. Where did NASA go? There it is. Okay, so no, it wasn't NASA. It was the ISS. It's the ISS. Here it is. Okay, so the ISS has a 448, which is the flame of life. It can just extinguish itself. This could be a death, or it could just be an investigation into the things that are hidden with this person and what is really going on with them medically with the experiment that they were doing. Because we're talking about the 6th house. Well, this flame of life, that 448, that goes to the ISS, it also is connected. The ISS is connected to Elon Musk. Of course it should be, right? Duh. The ISS should be connected to Elon Musk, and it is. See, the day that he was born, he was connected to the ISS. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? The day that he was born, he was connected to the ISS. The day that the ISS went up, he was connected. They were connected to Elon. Period. So this energy right here is all about a lot of emotion. Vulcan is in Cancer. It's a lot of emotions of home. This is home. Earth is home. This is a lot of emotions that is taking place with the flame of life, with the investigation, with the sickness that's going on, or whatever it is that's happening that's weird, and it's happening on the ISS. He's connected to it. So in 2 days, by the 10th of January, we're going to see this with Elon and the ISS. And if we don't, just know it's happening. It's happening with him, and it will be all day. It's a 24-hour transit. So that will definitely be in transit. The 448. And then let me show you what else. What was I seeing with Elon? Let me go back. Elon. And today, because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. So Elon, he had Hygeia at a 2916 first come and sit on his ascendant. It's with the communications and this opposition with health and the experiment. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's something fishy here. I don't like it. And I think there's a hell of a lot more to the story that we may never hear about, or we will hear, but it's going to be from conspiracy theorists. So once this 448 lets up with him and the ISS, then the flame of life comes. And that's when there's going to be a transformation of health, again, with the groups that are hidden with the flame of life, that 446. So those are the main players that we want to look at. I can talk about some of the other stuff, but these are the main ones that you really want to take note of. Other than, hold on, and we're going to come back to it, but other than Saturn is on its way to oppose his communications and the communications period. The 3rd house. That's all about communications. the communications department. Okay, he gets shaken up with this 928 with the communications. We're going to come back to that. So the 928, let's go up to what was I looking at? I was looking at something else. Hold on. Oh, one of these days. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here is the 4 astronauts. So check this out. Here's the 4 astronauts, and we have Xena. So we have Xena. We can look at her chart because there's definitely a wake-up call to a higher learning with the experiment. This is where it's very interesting to me because her dark moon in Leo. Her dark moon in Leo. There is something there's shit that I'm seeing in these charts that are just tripping me out. Cause so look, her dark moon out of 744, Elon Musk, his moon in Virgo in the second house of his values is a 744. There's something with Elon here and the attention, all the publicity. There is definitely no matter what 1140 she has that Xena has from Illinois, this American, no matter. There's a fate that's coming over her with an investigation into the experiment. What there she is going to be she is investigating, and she may be investigated. And she is definitely having a major opposition as this dark moon is going to come. The dark moon until September is going to come, and it's going to come right here, shake things up with the investigation, with authority, things from the past, with her group. This is big. This is big. I can't foresee just how big it's going to be, but it looks big to me. She has a 936 Pluto that is in an opposition with Sedna in Taurus around the same degree. So this 936, 938, we know that no matter what time she's born, Sedna at the 938 is going to remain that degree. So if I go back and I look at today, and I want to get it to that 938, right now Cupid is at a 935. Cupid is about the desires with the work, with the government. And let's get it to the 938. There is a letting go here with her. So we're going to look at this January 10th with her. There's a letting go. What does that mean? We're about to look at it and see what it means. We just don't know until we look at it. So this 930, we don't know what time she's born. So I'm just, some of these, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the degrees would be exactly, but some of these non-movers, I can tell, this 938, some of these are just not going to, they're just not going to move. So I know that there is a devouring energy with home, and on the 12th, it's going to be on the 12th. It's going to bring her a lot of warring. There's a lot of warring. She's not happy. She won't be happy with it on the 12th. There's a lot of warring. And that 937, that 938, look at that. There's information that's coming in with her. On the 10th, there's a letting go with the health. Damn. Look at that. Look at that. Mars. No, Vulcan is at a 1547. Coming to these desires. There's a lot of energy with her, with the desires to understand what's hidden. Definitely the FBI is right here. That 2144, that's the FBI. Venus is with the FBI right there, huh? That 2021, that's Ghislaine. That's Ghislaine Maxwell. No doubt about it. Oh, yeah. The United States is being opposed. Things of the past with health. Big time opposition. Big time opposition with health. What are they bringing back? What are they bringing back? What are they bringing back? What's happening? Not good. The justice is opposing the divine justice. The justice is definitely opposing Sebastian Rogers. There's a lot. There's so much opposition with him right now. It's not even funny. I got to take that into consideration big time. Big time. This opposition with the health, with the learning, with the teaching, with the experiment. What are they doing? What are they experimenting on? So she has a lot of warring. Zena from Illinois, she's got a lot of warring going on with her. You were just looking at that, girl. This is interesting. This is very interesting to me because whatever I've seen it through the rest of the year. I can see it through the rest of the year. And it's going back to the ISS. It's going back to the sun. It's going back to the plasma. Studying the sun. Yeah, there was communications. We can already see the 2835. It had already happened. When Hygeia came to that 2835, that's when it was happening then. The communications with the health. With the health. And again, I'm seeing the Secret Service too. Could it be? No way, man. And then there's going to be a transformation on the 11th. On the 11th and the 12th, there's a major transformation and it's dark with the government, with contracts, with relationships, with Elon. There's a bunch of weird looking stuff. And it's crazy because when they went up, I saw it then. Here's Florida. There's a breakup of the Florida in groups. There's Florida. I guess will they come back to Cape Canaveral? Let me see. Hold on. Where would they land? Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Florida. Oh shit. Near like near Pensacola. Okay. There's a breakup of the communications with two. Interesting, man. Interesting, guys. She's one of the astronauts. Yeah, it definitely explains it. It definitely explains it. It was crazy because when the last live that I did, I mean, I was just like, oh my God, what am I seeing here? And I'm like, I'll deep dive it, and I'll come back and let you know. Well, lo and behold, seeing this, oh yeah, now it makes so much more sense. Refreshing my memory with the ISS because obviously I didn't pull up the ISS. So this is just one of the astronauts, okay? This is just one of the astronauts that we're deep diving with. Now, is the 936, is that happening today where there is a major transformation with her health? Is there a major transformation with the investigation of the things that are hidden with Pluto? Guys, is this a political stunt? Is this going to be is this going to be made into some type of political stunt? I'm wondering. I'm really wondering what's up, but it looks like there's a breakup. That 421 is Florida. That's groups. There's communications on Saturday, January 10th. That's 2 days from now. So we'll just have to watch it. We'll have to see how this energy is panning out with what we're seeing with just in the charts alone. But her disordered aggression is the moon and the values of Elon with Elon. And I do want to say this, and I can only tell you what I'm seeing. He definitely showed up, and the day that Charlie Kirk was offed, he, Maxwell, Epstein, Trump, Mexico, Israel, all of it was in transit at that moment. At that moment with Utah. Okay. So on January 10th, the moon is going to be at a 2405. So what I'd like to see is the moon get to Zeus with that same degree. So both be conjunct in conversation with the government and the magnetism with the government. So let's look at that. Let's see if we can get the moon. I want to see what the moon is going to look like conjunct at the same exact degree. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. That's the 12th. Because we're about to reflect on the investigation as the moon pushes into Scorpio. Okay, so here it is right here, 26. And it's in the values, the second house. That's a Venus ruled right here. Okay. January 10th, 9:31 p.m. Look at that. The sun is shining at the 2054. It's shining on the energy with Elon and NASA. Sure is. So 1611. Okay, so I remember I wrote this down. Hold on. Because if this is some political stuff going on here too. This is Austria. This right here is Austria right here. The 1611 that's devouring the public image is Austria at this time. So we've got a breakup with Florida, a devouring energy with home and Austria. There's about to be a major transformation with the ISS and Elon. We're reflecting on values and money with the government, contracts. And the sun is shining with Elon, and there's the divine justice with the FBI. There's a divine justice here with the FBI. No doubt about that. But yeah, what we learn is going to come against them. So this right here, this 439, this is now my degree for the Solar Dynamic Observatory, the SDO. It's where we observe the sun, okay? We observe the sun. Their Pluto is a 439 where we observe the sun, okay? So as we observe the sun Saturday, we need to come back. We need to look at this time period. We need to come back. We need to look at this time period right here. The breakup with Florida. Breakup with Florida is now in the 9th house. Right here. What else can I see? There's a lot of energy coming to that Illinois girl. And then what I want to tell you right now, is that Neptune is coming to the same degree as Vladimir. That 2941 is Vladimir and Israel. The 2941 is Vladimir and Israel. Not yet Netanyahu, Israel. Israel and Vladimir, the president of Russia, has a 2941. So does Missouri. It's the physician for Missouri where they receive enlightenment. I always keep that in mind because they have the same degree, but I do want to see the Secret Service here. I want to see if what's happening with them because I'm feeling like I'm seeing them as well. CIA, which really, this is the sun, guys. This is where we're observing space. We are observing space. We are observing the sun. I feel like we're my gosh. This is wild. Okay. It's just wild to be able to see this. Okay. So we got to go to the 12th. Got to go to the 12th. This is a big day too. Okay. So we've got to go to the 12th. So I've got the 12th. $11 p.m., 10 after 11. Now there is a major transformation with groups, with Elon and the space stations, major transformation that's happening. Maybe we just got a solar flare. I don't know. But you see how that 2054 keeps showing up? That is the Chiron. That 2054 keeps showing up. And this is that Illinois girl with her public image and home. That's the Illinois girl. Here is Vladimir in the 6th house of health. The lunar nodes of NASA. And lots of energy here. So I'm looking to the 12th. Now I want to pull. There's a letting go with Tennessee and Ohio. No. Nevada. Nevada and Tennessee. Nevada and Tennessee. Nevada and Tennessee. All day on the 12th. All day on the 12th. Interesting. A reigniting of a flame. A lot of energy that is opposing. It's not opposing. There's a lot of limits and obstacles with the FBI. With the dark moon of Sebastian Rogers on the 12th. People are coming down hard on the law enforcement with Sebastian Rogers. His case, but man, that girl, that Illinois girl, she's being expanded here. Yep, there's a wake-up call. There's a wake-up call of the investigation with groups. Interrogation, if you will, with the FBI. But they're having a slowdown. They got restrictions. They're restricted. But yeah, here's the ISS. Oh yeah. This is big. You keep saying that this big. And then the reigniting of the flame with Elon. So this is on the 12th. That's when I see a bunch of good stuff going on, but I still want to see the Secret Service here. But that 446 that he's going to have, it's going to be right there on the 16th. Major transformation wealth. 2605, 2734. Okay, 2734, 34, 34. That's the sun. It's the sun. I keep seeing, eyes. I just keep seeing different degrees that are patterns for me with the sun. And like, I don't know how else to say it, but like alien technology, there is a major transformation with groups on the 16th. for the United States of America. This is a major day. Major day. Yeah. Major. I'm just wondering, Jill, and will they like are they going to tell us everything that they were studying? You know? Are they really going to tell us that? I don't know. I don't know that they would. But there's a lot of disordered aggression with Elon Musk. Something. Elon is not looking good. There's some type of alien technology here. Some type of alien technology. I can see it plain as day. Let me look at the I still want to look at the Secret Service with this day. Let's look at that. With these days. CIA, things, let's look at some of the bigger agencies here. Well, I definitely see the FBI like nobody's business, but I mean they're working nonstop, so why wouldn't I? But there's a lot of reasons why. Where's that? 1444. There it is. It's the things that the Secret Service is learning. Hold on. There's the 2614. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Guys. Yeah. You see the 2054, don't you? Y'all see it? Let me just show it to you. There it is. Major transformation with their public image, with the Secret Service, with the Secret Service. The dark moon is coming here. The dark moon is coming here. She's coming there to their moon where they've been before, where they reflect with home investigations, experimentations, the science. Trust the science, they say. Trust the science. Here's the physician that brings enlightenment with things of the past to home at the 2619. All right, let's look at it. Just look at it. This is where we investigate, guys. This is the investigation that oh my God. We are in the rabbit hole. Hold on. Where you at, Secret Service? Right there. Let's look back. Let's look back. I think it was on the 10th. Was it on the 10th? Yes. Here's the weight. Okay, so the weight really starts to come with what they learn with the Secret Service, okay? Because she's a teacher about health. And on the 10th, what they learn with the opposition of the United States with the health. What is this, guys? What and what are we looking at here? What the hell are they doing? So evidently on the 11th, that's where they get enlightenment about things from the past, the relationships in the government. They're getting their man. So the 2054, that connection with the Secret Service, I got to remind myself. The Secret Service and that 2054. It's with NASA. Secret Service and NASA. Secret Service and NASA. Okay. Home and groups. On the 12th, the sun is going to come and it's going to sit right here on the moon. It's going to conjunct their moon. There's definitely a new beginning, a possible misfortune with where they've been before. Not good. Not good. There's definitely a wake-up call investigation with groups on the 12th, and they're fated with it. They've been here before with relationships, though. They know the game. I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it a bit. Okay. And 46. So the communications, the health and the communications, that's coming down to 1936. I mean, we could play the tape all the way through and get to the nitty-gritty. Just skip all the other bullshit and go to see what it's going to look like when Hygeia, the health factor, is opposing what they're saying. Opposing what they're saying. Outcome. But this is where Vladimir, with his values, with his home, with the responsibility and accountability with the work in the ISS, there's something happening here with Vladimir and the Secret Service. And the Secret Service. Because like I said, the dark moon is coming to the moon of the Secret Service, that 311. The Pluto at a 305, that's coming to the 311. Let's pull up the Secret Service and Vladimir side by side. Watch this. So what's going to happen is this, because I want you to see their connection, or the connection with their moon. So their moon is going to come to a 311. This moon goes to, drum roll, Biden. And the 311, I mean, the 310 is Vladimir. So the dark moon is going to come and make contact, and he's going to have disordered aggression about his investigation and the values of it. All right. Then the dark moon is going to come to the moon, and they're going to be reflecting on home. The experiment, the flight on the way back home. Pretty sure that's Biden. Let me pull Biden up. God dang. We're in the hole now. Because the dark moon is going to come and it's going to oppose Putin. This is big. This is big energy that could set some crazy shit off. Even if we don't see it. Even if we don't see it, we will eventually. Yeah. Yep. So this is it. Look, I can't make it up. I mean, Biden is the moon of the Secret Service. Biden ascends with the experimentations with our health, with the flight. This 311 is his ascendant. Oh, look at that. He has a relationship with the 939. Hold up here. What rose? Opposition with the 8th house at a 928. What? Gosh. Oh, yeah, he's highly connected to this event. And then it'll go off. Neptune will move off of. Is he about to die or something? I mean, the dark moon's coming to his ascendant. Maybe he's about to croak. Maybe he's about to be taken out. Maybe there's going to be some things we learn about. Maybe he's going to have to go to court. I don't know. But that's interesting that 928. So the Secret Service in him, okay. That's his ascendant, that 928. Let's go back to it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's the 928? Where's that 928? Who's got it? There was somebody else with the 928. Who has it? I saw it earlier. I saw it earlier. Oh, but I don't think it was these. I don't think it was here. NASA. See, I had them pull up earlier. We need to look at Florida. Yeah, see, that breakup is going to be the weight that is on Florida. All that Capricorn energy is right here in the 7th house. You might be right on that. Oh, man. What is happening here? Let me look at Elon again. Maybe it was him. Saturn is definitely coming to oppose his communications. I think we need to watch this, guys. I mean, I know we do. Like, we really need to watch this and see how this pans out. We really do. That girl's dark moon being his moon degree, it's just got me feeling a certain kind of way. Elon has a 224. The dark moon is going to make contact. We know that the dark moon is actually here in the 6th house of health. The dark moon is transiting, and she's going to be transiting. Well, actually, she's right here in the way that he creates. And what's going to happen is Uranus is coming to oppose his Jupiter in the 5th house. That Jupiter in the 5th house is coming to oppose him. And you know what? I feel like there's a lot of distractions with these people. And there's a lot of things that keep happening that are going to happen to try to produce a false flag. I think we definitely need to be watching out for it. It's opposing him, though. There's a lot of opposition with him. So let me go back and look. So the 2739, the opposition with that is at the 16th. Let me see. Where's Uranus? There it is. So it's going to be the 12th, maybe? 2739. Yep, this is it. This is the major opposition with Elon right here. This is it. This is a major opposition with him because so the breakup with Florida has already taken place. And then now here, Uranus at a 2739 is opposing his Jupiter. Okay, so this is in the 8th house of death, sudden changes with life joint ventures, the deeper side of life with metaphysics. Suddenly, humanity's resources come into focus. new ways of society. Well, this is going to be in an opposition with him. And that girl from Illinois, I can see her. I can see she's showing up. We've only looked at 2 of them, but still. Here's a 237 dark moon. We're reflecting on the values of that 2054 with the Secret Service and NASA. Secret Service and NASA. The 237 dark moon. Let's go back and look at Elon. 224. Okay, that's his values. That's his values. 224 is his values. Let's go back. Because Secret Service, we're gonna have to look at them. Actually, let's just go ahead and look at them. Let's go ahead and look at them on that day, on the 12th. There's a major opposition here. So Elon Musk has the 448. It's going to be in a major transformation of health in the public eye. We need to look at the CIA. I think we need to look at the CIA. I don't know what y'all think, but I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so. I can see that there's a vertex, an intense experience that's happening with NASA during this time. Could be just communications that we don't hear anything about, you know? It's the next day on the 13th, though, where this 2618, where's that at? 2614, 2619, there it is. So it's the next day that they're going to receive the enlightenment about what happened in the past, things of the past. Interesting. And of course, their lunar nodes are 2614. So there's definitely a connection that's being made in a major way here. Major way. And the moon is reflecting the major transformation with their information. So is the Secret Service, because the Secret Service Zeus would have been on them right here in the 3rd house of communications first, before any of this stuff would have went down with the ISS. It would have started with the Secret Service. Yeah, we got to look at we got to look at I got to look at the CIA now. I definitely see the values of Vladimir. The president of Russia is showing up big. We'll look at him with this one too on the 12th. This is the one that we need to look at and focus on first, the 12th. The lunar nodes are going to come down to the values. Oh yeah. Oh God. And I feel like that this is actually, and again, I'm feeling like, and look, I'm seeing the same with Maxwell and Epstein with this too. It's the weirdest shit. Like, don't look over here. Don't look in Nevada. Nevada is definitely showing up here. Not Nevada. Yeah, Arizona. Arizona and Tennessee. Arizona and Tennessee. Monday. Okay. Let me look at the CIA. I'm like having a hot flash over here. Having like a hot flash, y'all. Let's look at this. CIA. What are y'all doing? What you doing, CIA? Let's look at you at the 12th. See what y'all doing. Y'all trying to get over on us. What y'all trying to do? What are you trying to do here? $26. So would it have started? Let's see. So the wisdom of the values with the Secret Service is where the CIA is gaining enlightenment with groups all day on the 12th. So we definitely have a CIA signature. We have a Secret Service. We have an Elon Musk. We have NASA. So y'all tell me. Tell me. Tell me why the CIA, why would the CIA even have, I mean, because they're going to learn about a relationship here. They're going to learn about a relationship during this period of time. Is it just because, okay, well, it's just this period of time? No, there's more to this story. Whether they tell us or not, there's more to the story, guys. Period. And the 1609 with Chronos in Cancer, the 1609 is going to come down. You see, the CIA is highly connected to Texas. Highly connected to Texas. And on the 11th, they're going to have major energy going with friends, partnerships, because that 438 would have been right at that Vulcanus at a 438 on the 11th. It moves off of that degree on the 12th. So yeah, most definitely yes. And this, like I said, this Chronos at a 1609 in Cancer is going to come down to the outer wheel where they learn the communications. And I want you to see that there's a relationship that is going to come at a 1712 with the CIA, a 1712. 1712. Let me show you when that comes about so we can mark that on our calendars. It's going to come. This is, oh my gosh, there's so much international stuff going on. It's going to happen on the 17th. 17th. So Elon Musk is still going to be in transit on the 17th. This is when there is a lot of wisdom, a lot of disordered aggression with the values of the Secret Service. Yeah, it's a slam dunk. Slam dunk. And yeah, there's so much more to this than what meets the eye. There's the health with Trump right here. Trump right here. God's will is being done with Trump. God's will is being done with the CIA, the Secret Service, and Trump right here. Saturday night. Saturday night with Elon. With Elon. And then my oh yeah, this is big. This is I'm gonna say this time. This exact time too, even. Like this time period. Whoa, the moon is going to be in Capricorn in the 4th house of home. There would have been a shakeup with the values of Arizona. I'm pretty sure that's Arizona, that 50 that keeps wanting to show up. But yeah, this is the observatory right here. This is about the sun and plasma. Maybe China and Russia. Yep, China and Russia. The energy that China and Russia and the United States and Elon has that connects with them. Yes, 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 yes. This is space. It's like alien technology right here. It's coming down to that 2734. That is my observatory. That's my alien pattern, if you will. Interesting, guys. This is interesting, man. Interesting. Yeah, but Elon he's got all these dreams, but I mean, as smart as he is, he should know that what goes up is going to come down and that the sun there's a reason why the sun is the guide he's feeling like he's rushed with time, and he is, because I mean, ain't on his side. Definitely seeing a lot of things that we're going to be learning about, a lot of attention that's going to be on California. Jupiter is going to come and expand the wisdom. There's a lot of things going on with the FBI and the CIA, all of that during this period of time. It's big, big energy going on right here. Big energy. We can see that this, I stopped it with this 1115 as times 2. A lot of energy with the nodes of fate and series. There's a lot of directed energy that feels fated here. There's a fate with this directed energy with the CIA and the Secret Service. Who else do I need to pull up? Oh, that's definitely California. California is coming into it on the 18th and the 19th. Major shakeups with California. Let me look at the earthquakes real quick. Because they be playing God all the time. We got Louisiana. We got Cloverdale, California. There's been a couple of good ones here in the United States today. Let me look at space weather. Yep, there's the medical emergency on the ISS that's now showing up. A health issue affecting an astronaut aboard the International Space Station may be serious enough to bring them home. NASA announced on the 7th that it has canceled spacewalk and considering returning crew 11 to the Earth. The situation is stable. Updates will be announced within 24 hours. So who knows? Maybe they're not gonna, maybe they're gonna decide to leave him up there. We'll see how this is gonna work out. Oh, that's cool. Backed by popular demand, we've got a Nova watch. That's cool. An explosion on the far side of the sun. Magnificent halo. CME rocketed away the far side of the sun. On the GOES 19. Of course, we do have these planetary alignments that I'm talking about that is way, way big. Don't have that many fireballs that are being noted. So we're not in a area of density. Interesting. Okay. That's fine, Fave Annie. You feel free to go ahead and email me with that stuff. Feel free. So this is exactly what the energy that I was seeing, that it's actually coming back in July. It's actually coming back in July. So we can't and then let's look. Hold on. So the 18th. So we got a big day for our agencies and the FBI on the 16th. The 17th, major learning event for Elon and President Trump and the health of President Trump on the 17th. Then the 18th, we have a devouring energy with our values of the United States, things that are hidden with investigations on the 18th. And then by the 19th and the 20th, we see a big energy with a letting go with the investigation with Cuba. This is a Cuba day. This is a Cuba day here. Big Cuban day. So eyes for me would be on Cuba on this day. Definitely a lot of disordered aggression that's taken place in California. A big shakeup with our values here at home on the 20th. Big shakeup. Big shakeup with groups, with money, with values, with things we own. This is a big day. It's a big day for the United States too on the 20th because look, our Pluto is at 2732. Our 2732 Pluto, it's about money, it's about structures, the things, our value, our monetary system. And so we can definitely see a shakeup, a major transformation that's going to be going down with our markets, that with the stock market on the 19th. So Monday, the 19th, the money markets. Let's watch the money markets. Let's watch the stock market. Let's watch the Dow on the 19th of January. Let's watch the Dow. And I tell you something else I saw coming. The Disney stock gone. It's going to be depleted. The Disney stock will be depleted. There's going to be major things that are going to be happening with Vanguard, with BlackRock, with Warren Buffett, all coming this year. Major transformation with the feds, major transformation with the IRS. I'm telling you guys, it looks like it's a cluster of a year, big time. There is a lot of things that's going to be shaken up with California on the 19th as well. So, monetary systems, groups, major shakeups with groups, major shakeups with the monetary system, with the markets, with groups, with money being traded, money being shuffled around, not being traded, but money being shuffled around. What's up, Seth? What's up, buds? Is there a sunflower on your email? No. No sunflower. No, it's me. It's a picture of me. I think. I think so, but no, no sunflower. Mm-mm. 7-Eleven. Oh, I know, don't you? I need some money I could shuffle too. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the United States in general with the CIA. Other countries. So let me quickly go over this just so I can get it recorded because I did write this all down before I left on Tuesday on Wednesday. I wrote it on Tuesday. And it's a bunch of jibber jabber that I wrote because I'm seeing a lot. So I'm seeing that this year, Austria, Mexico, Denmark, El Salvador, Russia, possibly versus Spain, the George Washington Bridge, Disneyland, things going on with Disneyland, definitely the Disney stocks going down. JD Vance and Syria definitely have a major connection. Have to watch that. Definitely things going down with Russia and war. China, our defense, Pete Hegseth, Netanyahu, like all the players. Maduro, this stuff with Maduro and all the sideshow with that. Of course, it's going to continue on. Cuba, Colombia, Portugal, Poland, Italy, for sure. Italy, Iran, of course. Can't leave out Iran. I already told you all about the Disney stock. Larry Fink, he's definitely going to be speaking out. He's going to have a low point this year. The housing market, definitely there's going to be a lot of different things having to do with sickness and like a different, a new sickness, possibly. The comet coming that always signals major turning events for Earth when a comet is this close to Earth. We've seen it before time and time again. We have the receipts to go back into the past and go, okay, remember when we were talking about this comet and remember that happened? Yeah. The dark moon in Sagittarius with the Carrington type of event with Elon, with Arizona. That's happening in March. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in March with the IRS, with Elon and the IRS, with NASA, Russia. We can also talk about Finland, Iceland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. There's major shifts this coming year. And we can't forget about the doom and gloom of earthquakes and the magma that we can't even see in the sea. We've got millions and millions of volcanoes underneath the seabed. The earth is it's very magnetic. The waters pull, right? We see evidence of that all the time with the moon. We can watch we've always watched, man has always understood moon cycles. We've always understood moon cycles. They're very important. They signal important events. Eclipses signal important events, things of that nature. Well, this year is one for the books. That's all I can say. Looking at the entire year, it's just like, whoa. And I'm only in July. But luckily, I saw this with NASA, with the geopolitical atmosphere. It's big. And for some reason, I don't know the politics, but I'm going to start trying to educate myself more about it, because it seems like that we need to really be getting prepared and at least have some type of awareness, But Austria, let me just Google Austria right now, because I'm like, what is it about Austria? Like I said, I'm just not up to date on the politics. I'm not on TikTok as much as I used to be. And on TikTok, you can get a lot more information about world events. So I'm not seeing Austria. Why? Why am I seeing Austria and the trends that's coming up? Let's look at this, see if we can get an idea. Okay, good. Glad you found the email. They need to lean on God's handiwork a lot. Yeah, they need to leave it alone, but fixed manage control. Let's experiment. Let's trust the science. Yeah. Let's trust the metaphysical community. And you know what? Take your Francis Bacon back home. Y'all stay in the UK. We'll stay over here. Okay, here we go. France, Belgium, and Austria face 50% chance of rating downgrades. Okay, that's not it. JP Morgan. Okay, maybe so. Maybe so with the markets. Okay, let's look. The Catholic Church in Austria has launched a new program for late vocations that allows the priest to also maintain his current career. Oh, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is for right now. For right now, Austria and the Catholic Church. That could be it. That could be it. Germany, Austria, origin bomb threat emails set off panic. And okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Germany, Austria. Okay, this was today. This was today. Oh my gosh, why do we have to have all that? Okay, bomb threat emails disrupted work for several hours at district courts across Punjab, or however you pronounce it, on Thursday, even as Chief Minister Mann, an AAP national convener, vowed to wage a war on gangsters and dismantle their networks in the state. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm seeing. Oh my gosh, now it's stuck. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening in Austria. And that's what's going to, I think, progress. There'll be a progression with that on through the year. I've seen it. I've seen it. And then there's going to be a reigniting of a flame. Yeah, this is a big day. It's a big evening. Monday, the 19th. Interesting. All right. The UN just suspended the United States. Let me pull up the UN, girl. What? Let me pull up the UN because you know I got the chart. You know I created one. United Nations. Let's look at them. Let's look at them with the transits tonight. See where they're at with all this. Tonight, transits. That was at 10 a.m. No, let's do 5 p.m. Let's do tonight. Okay, so the wisdom is definitely going to come to them. So it's going to go to them too with the 1713. The United Nations, 1713. So the wisdom is going to go to the CIA first and then go to the UN. Okay. Wisdom is going to go to the CIA first and then the UN. And that is going to happen on 1713. Oh, shoot. 1713. That will happen on January 20th. January 20th. So that's going to be the day, again, the UN and Cuba. Okay. And the United States values, shaking up the United States values, that money. They're like, you know what? We don't want it. We want the good stuff here. Because they are the biggest cartel. They're the biggest cartel. There's going to be a divine justice with California, with the cartel. The men in suits that we call leaders, yeah, they're the biggest cartel of them all. It's ridiculous. People don't see through that shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on with Sebastian too. All right. Lots of stuff going on with Sebastian this month of January. I've got it all written down, but I will do another live about that. And of course, I'll have it members only. Don't want to be talking about Sebastian without members only anymore. Right there. Then on the 21st, then we shift to Layla Centinelo and Summer Wells. Summer Wells, Layla Centinelo, that takes place on January 21st. My gosh, we'll have to be talking. We need a whole Sebastian live for this month. I've got it written down too. So I got it written down. I see a lot of stuff going on with Faith with all of this as well. So, anyways, the UN is definitely going to be having a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom on the 21st. And I know this 444 and the country that it belongs to, but I can't think of it right now. It's going to be a transformation with the UN. I mean, we definitely have a letting go with communications with Cuba. This is definitely a Cuba day, a Cuba and the United States day. No doubt about that. This is an intense day. Okay. This is intense. It's going to set the stage because this 337 is also a lot of warring with different states that have this, different countries. I just can't remember them all, but there are several of them that have that. Lots of energy with the United States, with war on this day. God dang. Yep, that's where the UN is coming in. I wonder, is the UN going to be talking? Will they have some type of, are they going to be convening or something? Let's see what else we can see. They definitely have a wisdom with the UK and groups here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The dark moon. When the dark moon comes to the dark moon comes to this 221, they're going to receive information that's really going to set them off. The 221, that's right before Elon Musk getting it. 221. Look at that right there. Here's the UN right here. It's on this day, on January 10th, with the Secret Service. This is in 2 days. So, 2 days, guys. 2 days. The UN is not going, whatever the information that they receive, that the UN receives on the 10th, is not going to set well with them. And this is going back to Elon. Break up with Florida. Cuba is coming. Like, this is what's happening. She's probably not still on here. If she's not chatting, if Lady Freedom's not chatting, she may not still be on here. She may be setting up for a show or something. You heard that the UN was thinking about it. My daughter told me today. I got to go watch the back of my eyes for a bit. Hope you have an awesome night. Okay, honey. I'm about to get off here too. Lady already left. Lady already. Yeah, she did. We're definitely learning something. There's an opposition with with NASA, guys. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's all coming together. It's big. But are they really going to tell us what's really going on? No. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. No way, man. No way. Well, we know that the UN is going to be told some stuff. The information that's going to be coming in is just not going to set well with them. And then it's going to come to me. Then the information is going to come to me. I can see that. Right there. This is about the ISS, too. ISS, Florida, opposition with the United States, major weight on the Secret Service. This is the day. This is the day that's going to begin and it's going to kind of set off. And again, I'm seeing a lot of shit with the observatory. Let me show you the observatory because I keep talking about that. And y'all are probably like, what are you talking about, Jennifer? Well, yeah, there's going to be communications with the Secret Service on Saturday. God dang. This is with Elon too. It's with Elon. Lots of problems with Elon. And the sun. Our sun. Let's see. Beautiful star. I'm going to have to look at China with this shit too after I get off this live. Because I'm feeling like China, I'm sure, is all in this too. I mean, they got to be. They got to be. And what they, weren't they trying to create a new sun? Or they have created a sun? Let's see. Who did I want to pull up? I done forgot now. This is big. That's a big day. Big day, big day, big day. Oh, I wanted to pull up what you were talking about. The UN suspending the United States too. Why is the US pulling out of 31 UN groups? Let's look at the news. US to exit 66 international organization and further retreat from global cooperation. Whoa. US actions in Venezuela constitute a dangerous precedent. Yes. But I mean, I understand, like, Venezuelans are so happy that Maduro's not there, but that chick is the same government of Maduro, so really nothing would change. It just, UN's responsibility to deliver will not waver after US announces withdrawal from dozens of international organizations. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So this is going to set the stage, right? This is definitely setting the stage for the rest of the year. We can already see it. I'm already seeing it in all the transits through July. Through July. Global disruption in a major way. Major global disruptions. And yeah, so dang. The stuff that I'm seeing with Sebastian on this day too, it's just like, whoa. Whoa. I mean, we can't forget Cruella does connect to the Secret Service. And there's a lot of things happening with Florida on this day with the United States Secret Service, all of that on the 10th. What other organizations should we look at? UN. Let me just go ahead and pull up Cuba. Can already see Cuba and the United States, the weight of their land, of their money, of their resources is where there's going to be such, it's so big. It's so deep. Cuba and the 10th. No, it's the 12th. No. Let me just look at this. Okay, so that's what it is. All of this Capricorn energy is coming right here. All that Capricorn energy is coming there, and then things of the past with the governments, with the structure, responsibility. Yeah. All those 2741s. Look at that. There's going to be a shakeup. There's already being a shakeup right now. Oh, yeah. And then Uranus is just going to come and sit here. Just going to come and sit there. There's a lot of transformation that's coming to Cuba. My gosh. My gosh. It's big. Observatory. The SDO. Solar Observatory. Solar Dynamics. Here we go. The SDO. This is out of Florida. This is our solar observatory where we watch the sun, where we observe the sun. Yeah. This is where there was so much that was happening a couple of days ago that was creating a lot of disordered aggression with groups. The solar observatory. So the solar observatory caught it, period. It caught it. What was it? What was it that it caught with these astronauts? What did the solar observatory catch? Interesting. Interesting. Look at that. That 2734 with Uranus. It's coming down to that 2734. Eventually, we looked at that. It's the Solar Dynamic Observatory with the sixth house of health, with the governments. And that is where, look, this is where Elon has a 1920 with his values. Oh, yeah. What would they have caught, though? What would they have caught? There is a major transformation with them tomorrow. what would they have caught? I'm trying to understand because I mean, I've never been up there. So it's really hard for me to understand. What did they catch with the ISS? Look, they've got the 2054 too. There's that 2054. So they have it too with NASA, with the Secret Service, and their life path. Oh my gosh, really? What and I'm saying it like, what did they catch? Jennifer, you idiot. They're catching something. Why are they catching anything like that? Is this like some type of spy thing? It's shaking up. That's what? 458. Let me pull up China. What did they catch? Is this some kind of spy shit? I'm like, okay, this is the solar observatory. This is a solar observatory, right? It's shaking them up. They have a 310. The dark moon will come there. Things of the past with them, with China. Oh, ooh. Y'all, this just really got deeper. It's going to shake up the values with China. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I done seen it all now. I done seen it all. So this 458 with China is a connection. Okay. Remember, we have connections in life. These connections can also go to space stuff. So they have a 1715. It's going to shake up the health of the sun with the sun. This is about the sun. This is about plasma. God dang. It's about the science. The science. So China has the 458. The observatory has a 458. Let me look. Let me look at Israel. Hold on just a second, because you know Israel be running the show too. Let me look. Pretty sure. No, it's Netanyahu. It's Nettie. It's Netanyahu. Right there. Right there. 458 with Uranus. Yeah. His moon is that 1911. Oh, yeah. Shit. Uranus is going to shake things up. It's already shaking things up. And then with relationships and groups, with the ISS, with the observatory, y'all. Lordy. He's definitely connected to our Secret Service. Most definitely. Most definitely connected to Marco Rubio, of course. And they're going to have an opposition. He and Rubio are going to have an opposition coming up. It's going to be a major opposition with Mars, with things of the past, with his trip. Oh, yeah. Hmm. This is weighty. Relationship with the 1126. Relationship. It's going to hit his values first, and it's going to come to a relationship. Okay. 11:26. Where's the lunar nodes? What I was just looking at. 11:39. And then 11:26. It's going to passing by. Then this is going to be 11:15. And then we are with Biden, Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Why Joe Biden? Okay. So, okay. Observatory. News. Let's look at the news because maybe I'm missing something and I'm not. I'm not. It ain't come yet. It's not in the news yet. It's not. What? Okay, so we'll watch tomorrow. Okay, we'll watch the sun. I'll definitely let y'all know if anything pops up off on the sun tomorrow. Otherwise, we're looking at something deeper. Like a spy station. Let me see what it says. AI mode. While it orbits Earth, its telescopes are not designed or positioned to view the Earth's surface or act as a spy station. Okay. Well, if it's not, then we're looking at a huge solar year. Something ain't right here, guys. It ain't right. Something ain't right here. I definitely see a Homeland Security. I see a lot of shit going down. Is this some type of terrorist thing that's happening? Is that what we're looking at? Is that what's happening? And it just so happens that the sun and all of that's happening at the same time too? Maybe. Saturday morning. And you know what? There's so much Iran too. God dang. Let's look at Iran in the news. Trump again threatens Iran with hell if it kills protesters amid violent crackdown. Of course, he can't wait to do something like that, right? Protests and strikes escalate as state struggles to contain them. Iran is cut off from the internet. Iran regime cuts nationwide internet access. Trump ally warns Iran's leader, the U.S. president, will. Whoa, okay. All right, well, okay. Let's look at that. I know they're in transit. They've been in transit for a while. Iran. It's happening today. Or it was happening today when I was started this live. All right, let's go back and look at them. I want you to notice that the Secret Service, Biden, Iran, that 311. Okay, so now we know. It's the Secret Service in Iran, the CIA. It's all about Iran. Yeah. The weight is going to come on the Secret Service first, and then the weight is going to come on Iran with what they learn, with what our position is, what we're doing, what we're going to do. That's coming in a major way. And that's going to come. Well, is that already happening now? I'm sure it is. Oh gosh. Okay, it's coming. The 1444 down into the 1441, but we already know that that 311 is coming with Iran. You can mark it on your calendars, January 17th. This is it. It's Iran with the CIA, Secret Service, all of that. China, all of them. The health with communications and Trump right here. This is it. It's big. A lot of stuff is happening. You see what I'm saying? Like there's so much stuff that's happening all at once. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up, guys. But we're maintaining. Anyway, I'm going to I think that I've talked about as much as I can with the information that is just like pouring in from all of these glyphs. You know what I mean? Like it's just pouring in information because these degrees literally matter in the state of matter and they're expressing themselves in so many different ways with so many different people with different events. But some of these events aren't, I think, what they appear to be and on the world stage. What they're feeding us is not true at all. Not at all. I'm going to be looking at our defense, though. I'm going to be looking more at our defense with this 17th. But we definitely know that there's going to be a lot of darkness, disordered aggression with the past, with Iran, with Biden, with Trump, Homeland Security, all of that. Are they going? Is there going to be a false flag, or are they going to? Is the false flag something that they're setting up in Iran? Do they have? Are these protesters? It just seems like a show. It's just all a show, you know. It's all a show, man. All right, that's all I got for tonight. It's 10 o'clock. I've been talking now. So long, almost 2.5 hours. Well, 2.5 hours now, almost 3 hours. So I want you guys to have a good evening. I'll definitely be back on here tomorrow. It's okay, Barb. You can rewatch it, or I'll be back on here tomorrow. Constitution since their creation, yeah. All right, guys. I am going to. It is a disguise. I think that there's a lot of stuff. Thank you, babe. Thank y'all for listening to me. I appreciate you. And I hope y'all have a good night. I'll be back on tomorrow in the morning or by afternoon anyway. All right. Peace out, guys. Later.